to the Village Talk Show. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. Give praises to Jehovah, from whom all blessings, blessing and knowledge will flow. Blessing and knowledge will flow. The Village Talk Show, dedicating to empowering the community to live a healthy, safe, and financially capable life, helping each one of us in realizing our dream at any age, any point, starting from today, day. Success. Come one, come all to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. Come one, come all to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. Success is not spoken, it is done. Success is done. Come on now. The Village Talk Show. Talk Show. The Village Talk Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another week of the Village Talk Show. I'm gonna be a little bit alone for a minute, but you know, I have Dr. Bryant, who is out for a little bit. I mean, she'll be on. She'll be on for a little bit. She'll be on for a little bit. In a few, and John is out also on a little bit emergency. So, but both should be in today. Hopefully everything is all right. And I'm running a little bit late myself, as you can see. It's 7:05, and I'm just getting logged on. So forgive my actually it's 7:08. So forgive my tardiness as well. Know that you're watching, listening, viewing, sharing the Village Talk Show on YouTube at the Village Talk Show, on the Facebook at Roderick F. Daly, Dr. Joanne Bryan, John Sampson, Andre Doman, Sophia Willisey, on the Village Facebook page, right? But most importantly, we ask each and every one of you to please do share our YouTube channel. There's so much information that we give out on this. So many people you get to meet, so many nice people, important people, different people. Some of them are just like us, but they are willing to come on and talk while, you know, you're willing to listen. So the Village Talk Show is dedicated to empowering the community to live a healthy, safe, and financially capable life through education, helping each one of us in realizing our dreams at any day, at any point, at any age, starting from today. Knowing that success is not just spoken, it is done. So what are you doing to be successful? Andre. All right. So Andre, me and you alone in my studio today. If I look a bit in the cell, you have to take off your hat for a couple of minutes. Never mind. Andre can't even join me. Right? Okay. Him have things to do in the background. So just me and you, just me and you. Couple of things. The Bible verse, if somebody put it up for me, scripture reading today, Psalms 27. So Andre, if you can just look that up real fast and show it in the chat. I told ask Sophia, but I don't know if she was able to do that just yet. All right, so Psalms 27 is our little talk for today. Psalms 27. All right, let me see if Sophia was able to put it up yet. All right. So all right, I think I'm on the wrong one here. Okay, so a lot of things going on in the world, right? The world today, and it's up right away. All right, Sophia, bless up. Let me read it for you. It's a little long. It's a little long, but I read it nonetheless. I have some time. Let me see me and you alone. So Psalms 27. The scripture verse is taken from Psalms 27, verses 1 through, right? And it reads as such. The Lord is my light and my salvation. This is taken, right? Of whom shall I fear? So this, I'm assuming, Sophia is from the New English Version, New International Version. Or is it from the King James Version? It says it? I don't see it from the King James Version. Right? When it said, of whom shall I fear? That's proper English. So that's from the King James. New International Version. When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat my flesh, they stumbled and they fell. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I will be confident. One thing, verse 4, one thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in his house all the days of my life, to behold the beauty. And again, I say to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. Verse 6, for in the time of trouble, verse 5, for in the time of trouble, he shall hide me in his pavilion, in his palace, in his place, in the secret of his tabernacle. And shall he hide me, he shall set me upon a rock. And you know, a rock is unmovable. So he set me upon a rock that is unmovable. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop there only because, you know, we do have a long show today as well. And I do thank you for that. But the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? So again, we continue on the conversation about his protection, his covenant. And as you can see over the last month and a half, the theme is the same, right? The theme is the same, to know that the Lord is your protector. He's your guide. He's a guider. He's within him. You should be well pleased, and you shall feel secure and thankful, and know that he is going to carry you, lead you, protect you, and guide you. So, and when all this work is over, right? For in the time of trouble shall hide me in the secret place of his tower, and he shall hide, he shall set me up on a rock, right? And the verse before talks about that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life. That means if I continue to believe in him and be strong, be faithful to him, I will dwell in the house of his mainstay, his temple, forever and ever. God bless. Right? So the people, just give God thanks. And then how you do it. I'm not telling anybody to do anything other than to believe in God and worship him and understand him. All right, God bless. Yes. These two. I think it's for what? The mic?
Yeah.
The mic is, I think John is two. This is one. It doesn't matter with the headset. The headset doesn't matter. Right? John.
I don't see myself on the camera.
Oh, because I didn't pull the camera. You're on camera, John. You're on camera.
Okay.
It just hides because I was reading something.
Mm-hmm.
So
could I hold on before we get started? What I would like to say is that villagers, first of all, a good evening and welcome. But most of all, I'm very disappointed tonight. You know why I'm very disappointed?
Can I say happy birthday to my son first?
Oh, first, before we say happy birthday to your son, before you say happy birthday, I want to say happy birthday to your son and wish him many, many more. My brother's birthday was yesterday, March 9th. and my niece's birthday was March 7th, Asia. So I want to wish all three of them, the trio, a happy birthday. But villagers, you know why I'm upset tonight?
Wait, can I say happy birthday to my son?
I'm
I
upset.
told him
I'm,
we
up,
need to go watch it.
I'm upset with you.
Wait,
Why I'm
hold on. Can I say happy? And then
Go ahead.
you
You
tell
can
him,
say,
villagers.
yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know, bro. So I made sure that he was watching. I told him, if you're not watching Duke, that's on you. But to let you know that today is your day, right? This day is dedicated to King. No, I'm sorry, not King. See, I messed him up. I told him the pitney. To Duke on his 7th birthday. And this whole show is dedicated to you, right? So when you go back, it's all about you and things that you need to do to help you invest in your future. Your daddy loves you. Your mommy loves you. We all love you, right? So please do make sure King and Duke, no, not King and Duke, King and Aria, make sure they take care of the Duke for his birthday. You hear? Happy birthday, Duke. Enjoy. What you vex with me for? You never give no cake?
not only you ain't give me no cake, but you got some food here and ain't bring no food.
This?
So no.
Yeah, you're right. You can't cost me.
He brought no food, villagers. So you know how he operates. That's all.
Okay, so can I blame it on chemo? Like everybody blames everything on everybody else?
No, you can't blame it.
I can't
on
blame it on
chemo.
chemo?
No.
All right. I'm blaming it on chemo anyway. All right. Couple of things before we. I don't want to. One of the things I want to talk about. I don't want to get to Ukraine yet, right? But I know because that's big on the inflation rate and the ridiculousness of what's going on in America and what
The price of gas.
Yeah, that's something that's part of inflation. But before I do that, actually no. Let's talk about the inflation because I want to talk about economics for
Right.
a little bit. So let's
Right.
talk about it. So basically, people, inflation basically is, and John, again, you're here, you're going to correct me, you're more well versed than me. But basically, inflation is the value of the dollar over a period of time. The dollar value always depreciates, but you hope that the rate of depreciation is not at an astronomical rate because then it makes the dollar worthless. So some of you are from Caribbean countries like Guyana, like Jamaica, like Grenada, where the dollar is really not worth much. Everything is expensive. And then your salary does not compensate for the high cost of everything. And that inflation rate then leads to poverty, right? So it increased the poverty rate, but people who have money will stay rich. But don't get it twisted. Some of the rich people will also become broke. They'll become bankrupt because the value of their money is contingent on certain things, right? That are things that are wanted, not needed, right? And even some places where it's wanted, even like a bank can go bankrupt. A gas line can go bankrupt, especially the mom and pop gas stations and things like that. But so before I get to the economic piece, you wanted to say something about the gas prices.
Well, if you noticed, villagers, if you noticed that last week gas was maybe $3 and
It was high three, yeah.
high threes, 3,000. Some places $3.45, $3.65. Now gas on average, I've seen here in Brooklyn.
Is it just me? Oh, you
on
can
average,
hear yourself?
Yeah, I can hear myself.
Okay, so then
Almost $4, and that's for regular. $4.25, $4.35. So it has been a steady increase. Even last month, gas has ticked up in $1 additional dollar. So the whole point, and our dollar is becoming worthless because the rate of inflation continues to go up.
Yeah.
And that decreases our spending power.
You know, I was watching something and it was explaining that there's more of our currency outside the United States than inside of the United States.
I believe that.
Which is very interesting. You know, this is what I want to talk about. A lot of people, we have spoken about it before on the show, and we're going to touch on it again today. And I think the rule of thumb is if you hear something 7 times, it will stick to your memory, and you might want to do something about it. Right. So 7 times. Everybody on the show, at the end of the show, I want you to go out and apply for a credit card. Now, you might not like that idea, but I'm going to tell you right now. At the end of the show, you are going to apply for a credit card. Is that Roger's birthday that was this week?
My cousin Roger. What's
Oh,
up,
that's your
Roger?
cousin Roger. Hey, Roger, what's going on? Welcome to the village.
Mo,
Big
Big
Mo.
Mo. What's up, Mo?
What's going on? What's going on? And thank you for joining us.
And Mo, congratulations on your grandchild.
Oh
man.
yeah, that's right. Mo did have a grandchild. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
congratulations, Mo.
I feel like it's easy to say apply for a credit card when you're good at managing your money.
No. You don't have to be good at managing your money to apply for a credit card.
All right, well, apply it, but
No, hold on. No. I'm going to explain. Everybody in the show, at the end of the show, I need for you to stop using your debit card. Right? Stop using it. Stop using it and use your credit card. So anything you use your credit card for, your debit card for, you're now, after the show, you're going to use your credit card. But there are rules, right? So we're going to do both, right, John? One, you don't get a credit card with a limit above your monthly spending, significantly above your monthly spending, because there's an issue if your credit card debt is higher, if your credit card usage is significantly above a certain percentage, right? So I'm going to explain it all to you. And get rid of the store credit cards. The store credit cards are no good, because anything that a credit card can do, anything that a credit card can do, a store credit card can do, almost anything, but there's more value. Okay? I give you a good example of what I'm saying. For Valentine's Day, I went to Macy's and I bought my wife something for Valentine's Day. They say, Mr. Daly, you use your Macy's credit card, we give you something.
10% off or something.
Yeah, whatever it was. I used my credit card. They gave me back a cash back for $40, which is the same 10, close to 10% of whatever I paid anyway. So it worked out to be the same thing, and it was like money in my hand. Hey, Paula, what's going on? Hey, Monet. Oh, I did say thank you. You're welcome, Monet. Right? So.
Thanks, Paula.
Right?
GT.
Right? So just remember, again, so let's go through that. You get a credit card, but you get it, let's call it twice as much as your monthly spending, because you always need to have a room on your credit card. You get a credit card for the first reason, right? Let's talk them down. Insurance. If you use your debit card, you're actually taking the money out of your bank that you're using. So if you buy something for $500, you're decreasing the amount of money in your bank account by $500. If somebody goes to your account and there's a lot of hacking and theft going on and they use your card, let me pause. Welcome, Dr. Bryant. Welcome.
Good evening. Great conversation. Good evening.
Right? So if you, let's say I'm only going to use $500. I'm going to use $1,000 because most of us have a minimum of expenditures of $1,000 a month. Most of us, right? So I'm going to use $1,000 for the whole argument. Everything I'm saying is $1,000. Whether you're a little more, a little less, a lot more, a lot less, whatever the argument is, we're going to use $1,000 for today's argument. You go to the bank, you use your debit card, and for that month you spend $1,000. That money is gone. You can't have it anymore.
That's true.
Right? You got no interest on your money. Right? You have no ability, no flexibility in spending because the money is gone. Secondly, God forbid somebody. So if you were to use that credit card, you pay it off. While you're doing that, the money that you have in the bank is gaining interest. Hopefully you're in an interest-bearing account with your money. So if you need to shift the money from your savings, from your interest-bearing into your checking and write a check to pay your bills, the money would have gained, whether it's $2, $1, $3, $4, $5, it doesn't matter what it's gaining, it would have gained money. If you spend the money, you're losing money immediately. There's no investment in money that you're spending for expenditures. You're paying a bill. You're not gaining any interest in that money. So therefore, your money is not working for you. All right. However, If you used it on the credit card, you immediately pay off the credit card. That's why you only pay what your bills are, right? So you immediately pay it off, and then you're not paying the interest rate on the credit card. So you're not losing any money, and you're gaining money from your investment savings account. Not a regular savings account, but the one that gives you a high yield that you can just transfer money. Okay, so that's the first reason. It's very important that you know that. 2, you have automatic insurance on your money. So you have a certain money that you will not be responsible for over a period of time versus the bank money. So if you go into the bank, right? If you go into the bank and somebody goes into your account, that money is temporarily on hold, depending on what bank you have. So that money is gone. You don't have that money for a while. And then most times you're going to go through hooping and hollowing with the bank to get your money back, especially if you have a mom and pop bank. They take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks to give you that money if somebody were to hack into your account. Whereas with a credit card, it's different. The time period in the investigation period is not the same. And not to mention, if they don't want to give you your money back, you just close the account and move on. You cannot just close your bank account. Your money's still gone, right? You can close the account until you work it out. Now, there's some rules in there, by the way, people. So you might want to talk to your financial investor as well to finalize what it is that you need to get an accountant to do it. So your money is insured, right? Even though the bank more than likely, again, remember that, even though the bank more than likely will give you your money back if fraud is shown, it takes a while for the process to happen. Versus with the credit card, it is more immediate. 3, if you travel and you leave the country, when you use certain credit cards and you find out that from the credit card person, bank, they have a certain level of insurance for things that you need to use. While traveling, let's say, for example, you rent a car, and the car, they ask for a deposit. That deposit is held against your account if you use your debit card, whereas a credit card is held against a credit card that immediately released. So your money is still tied up. Remember, debit cards is real cash that you're using immediately. Credit card is hold cash that you don't have, and that they can hold on to it for a week. It's not affecting your actual money. It might be affecting the usage of your credit card, but it's not affecting your actual money that you have in the bank. So that's the reason. Well, the reason why. Number 2?
That's
or number 3? Number 3.
3.
Number 4, you get a credit card that has you get a credit card that works for you. So a lot of times you come on the air and John makes fun of me, or I say that I'm traveling and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And a lot of times people think that, oh, he might have money. No, I don't have any money.
Yeah, right.
Right? What I do is I have a credit card that works for me. So I have 2 travel cards, and if anybody, you want to hit me up, I'll give you a referral for one of those cards, but call me off the air, right? I'll give you a referral for one of those cards, and you could just send me a message at any of those, villageshow30@gmail.com, and I could give you a referral for one of those cards, because that referral also benefits me. All right, I'm just
That's why you get so much free flight.
right.
Yes.
No, but one hand. I'm teaching you something, so one hand washes. One hand don't clap. Both hands clap. Right. I give you a referral. You do what you need to do. With a credit card, you get a credit card that gives you something back. So when I travel, I get points. So, for example, I am looking for a ticket to go to Jamaica on Monday.
No, listen to this. Monday.
No, hold on. No. Let's hear the story. Forget about the fact. Let's say I want to go to Jamaica Monday. Let's bypass that. Bypass that whole conversation.
Oh, really?
No, I found a ticket for 24,000 points. round trip on Delta. You know what 24,000 points is?
24,000 points.
No, my phone bill. It's my phone bill and cable bill.
And how much is that? Your phone bill.
Why you? I stop doing that because you're trying to say that it's for some people, for everybody, it's different. It could be your car note, it could be your car note, your phone bill, or your light bill.
Daily.
No,
She
stop
asked
that.
you specifically.
Yeah, I know because she's trying
Answer
to
the
do.
question.
She's not. That's my phone.
Answer the question.
It's. I have a couple lines on my phone. Listen, it's my phone. My wife. We have 5 kids, so all the children have a cell phone. Plus the parents. Then but I'm being serious. Your light bill, your gas bill, your water bill, right? All can go on that card because you still have to pay them anyway. Because if you don't pay them, they're gonna shut it off.
Villages, that's an expensive ass trip. That's what I'm saying.
No, but 24,000 points is so if you think about what it is. No, wait. Okay, now you're talking. Now you're not even listening. It's 24,000 points, but the trip to Jamaica Monday is $500. So if I'm paying, so if I use my debit card to pay off all my bills,
You wouldn't have no points.
I wouldn't have any points. And I still, if I needed to go to Jamaica,
I had to make $500.
I still have to pay $500. So if I can say I'm paying my bills, and then because of paying my bills, I can now take a trip, it's a free trip. Now, for some of us, right, I've been able to go to Jamaica on 9,500 points. So 24,000 points. If you're able to go 9,500, that's 2 people. You and your husband, you and your wife, you and a child, you and a significant other can take a trip for free. So that's the point. Or you have cards that give 2% cash back. Again, so think about that. Your bill is $1,000. You're getting $20 every month. That means that you're getting $240 a year. If you look at it with the price of gas, that's 4 or 5 fill-ups, depending on what kind of vehicle you drive for the year. That's just for paying your bills. Okay? So those reasons, and the fifth and most important one is you have to spend money to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have any credit,
Mm-hmm.
you can't get credit. So when you hear people talk about my credit rating is this, my credit rating is that, is because of the utilization of credit and show responsible credit building.
Mm-hmm.
So the better your credit is, the lower your interest rate is on anything. So if you have bad credit, so we're doing a number. One of my friends in one of my group, and my just for guys group, and it's just that, really just for guys, right? And I'm smiling, right? So my just for guys group, we have a different conversation. Showed it out there. If your mortgage rate, your interest rate on your mortgage is 5%, and you take out a $440,000 mortgage, everything is expensive now. So you take out a $440,000 mortgage, and you have to pay that back per month. Your approximate payment is almost $2,400 if it's 5%. If you do what you need to do and you have a good credit rating, you will get a lower rate, and at 3.25%, you're saving $400 and something a month. Now, how many of us don't want to save $5,000 a year? Think about that. So it's worth but right. So there are things that go into your credit rating, and that's one of them. So I could tell you many things that go into your credit rating, and then your debt to income ratio is very important. How much debt you have, right?
True.
Versus how much you make. How much you make is important. How you pay your debts, how often, how much late fees you have. That's important. So you got to pay it on time. Your salary, your debt income, how much credit you have out. In other words, how many credit cards you have, right? What's your salary? That's a factor. Okay, I think there's one, and I did mention timeliness, right? So those things are a factor.
Length.
So the rules of engagement: money begets money. So if you don't if you can't complain, and you don't need people's money, by the way,
Villagers,
right?
Scared money don't make money.
Exactly.
And I'm scared, so I ain't making no money.
No. John full of malarkey, right? But John, so we have to start educating. I feel so often that people, they don't.
Villagers, I think, but bottom line, just to be more succinctly, I rather have a great credit score than a large amount of cash in my possession. Because with that credit will be working for me, but at the same time, the cash that I have, I can invest that and it will be working for me
Also,
and
and
I think that's what the important thing, and we don't spend enough of time learning about financial planning, or just taking the time to learn about financial planning and the preparation for our future. You know, although tomorrow is not promised to us, we still have to have some plan in place. If God has given us the ability to live for such a period of time, and we just don't want to struggle.
you know,
So
I always say something to somebody. I have a couple of friends that say this, like people, I don't, because me can dead tomorrow. So I said to people, my youth, if you're not dead tomorrow, what?
we dead the next day.
No, it's funny, and I'm saying this. I hate sometimes when I bring up this topic, right? But I bring it up, it relative to. Imagine when the doctor told me I only had 6 months. I went to my bank account and clear it out. Because you only have 6 months, so I'm gonna go spend at will.
And live it up, right?
And live it up right away. Because
Mhm.
tomorrow no promise to nobody,
None.
right? Tomorrow don't promise to nobody. So we're gonna spend what my mother call it, Jinibicle. Right?
Mhm.
All of a sudden now, 2.5 years later, almost, thank God, and I thank God every day. No, I live on the street. Because I made no preparation
Mhm.
because I believe what man says and decide that I'm going to spend money like I'm crazy.
Right.
So people, John is saying it correctly. Let me speak proper English. John is saying it correctly. You invest your money wisely so that when you get older, you can do it properly.
Villagers, Amazon 20-1 split.
They did that today?
It's on the verge of 20-1, so that means you'd be able to get a share of Amazon for $139.
Wait. Make sure. No, stop. That's good. But what I'm saying to people right now, if you have the money right now, buy it before the split. If you can.
There's not many people who can. But
No, I'm not saying no. I buy a portion because you come saying I can buy a partial share. You buy it before the split because at the point of the immediate, what you can do at the point of the immediate split, it goes up. In most cases, it goes up. So if it's if it's 2,000 and change right now, Andre, can you see how much a share of Amazon is for me? Right. So let's say I like to use round numbers because it's easy. If it's a 20, huh?
2,936.
All right, so it's $3,000 right now. So if you buy one share, right, when on the split, you'll have 20 shares. So when that 20 shares goes up, it's all going up.
So let me buy my 20 shares right now.
You have two.
20
We have
shares.
two guests at the same time.
We got 20 shares.
Oh, no, but if you have 20, no, what I'm saying, 20 before the split or 20 after the
No,
split?
let's buy 20 before the split.
You buy 20 before the split, you'll be rolling in dough.
So we buy 20 before the split. Andre, you got 3,000 for one? You graduate?
I could,
Yeah.
you know what? We can work together. Let's do an investment group.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's do an investment group.
Yeah.
You buy it in bunches.
Buy it in bunches.
Let me bring our guest. We are backed up a little bit, but
Why
we're
we
gonna.
backed up? Why we backed up? We should be on time.
We should be on time because you were late and I was late. So leave me alone. You were late. I was late and you were later. Right. So I'm not gonna ask the man. Man, go away, man. Hey, listen. I don't normally say men are handsome. Right. Debbie, after our guests, we're a little bit late, short on time, but stick around and we could talk about
We
some
don't
of those
give
things.
stock tips, Debbie. We are not.
No, we can,
financial.
we can tell you how to find stock tips,
Yes.
not because we don't
Thank
want you
you
to lose
very
your
much.
money and then you blame us.
Blame us. Come lick up.
Coming out,
Lick up the studio.
Right. Right. Brian.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I'm gonna say man look good. Cause I don't want nobody come take my wife. Kumbaya, man. Right? But me vex about the beard. Bad. Come me can't grow no beard, my youth.
I had to get it lined up today. I had a funeral for my aunt this morning, so I got it tapered up a little bit. So that's why
My
it looks so
condolences.
good.
My
My
condolences.
Other than that,
Yeah, man.
I
Bless up,
use a
bless
little
up.
bit of oil every once in a while and a little bit of shampoo.
Shampoo. Yeah, wait, did I just hear his Jamaican accent come out? Like a shampoo?
I'm gonna drop it in the chat for you. All the products.
Kumbaya, man. So you put some.
It's a
little,
pandemic beard.
uh-huh.
Beard.
I hear you. I hear you. You know, my listen, my come like picky forehead. You know. Welcome. I know you have some news, so I'm gonna let you start off right away with your news.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on behalf of Dr. Bryant, John, welcome to the village.
Welcome,
and
welcome.
I know you have some news that you
Welcome
want to
back,
drop. You wanna
right?
share
Welcome back. I've
right
been here
away.
before.
Welcome back. My boy Brian, Marvin Johnson. All right. Hey Marv. So what's the news? Let's start off with your news.
News. I'm running for the New York State Assembly in the 43rd Assembly District. And early voting starts as early as this Saturday. Election day is going to be on March 22nd. How this news came about, the quick and dirty is the former member of the Assembly resigned. It created a vacancy in the New York State Assembly.
I don't like when you say resign. I don't like that word resign. She didn't resign. She got promoted.
She moved to a different.
She got promoted.
She got promoted.
Thank you. All right.
She got
and vacated her seat.
She got promoted.
Resign sound like she should do something wrong.
No. She didn't do anything wrong. Nothing wrong.
Right.
Nothing wrong. Definitely got promoted. She's going to be the deputy borough president. There's a vacancy for leadership in the 43rd. I think folks in this call and people who know me know that I've been doing this work for the last 20 years in this community. And I feel like I can fill that vacancy well and make sure we have a good representation in Albany.
All right. Awesome. So, sorry. So
Dr. Brown,
you know,
Good evening.
how are you?
yeah, you know, Dr. Bryant.
I
Dr.
saw a
Bryant
pop up on the
always,
screen right on me.
yeah, Dr. Bryant always take her little 5-minute break in between the smoke her weed. You know, she loved the weed. Like her smile is gonna turn to a frown in a little bit.
You didn't pay him no mind at
Right.
all.
I won't. But I might give him an allowance if he behaves.
This week, right?
I don't forget and I don't let things go.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna
Bring that back up, right?
no, it's not the weed. Yeah, the weed is good. I need to ask Brian if he's gonna support the things to allow the weed to come on board. All right. So you said you've been doing. You got yeah, there you go. You're back. One of the things that you talked about. This is not your first time running, so I want to start with that. I think this is your second, right? This is your second run. Last time excellent showing. You went against an incumbent in Matthew Eugene in 2017. Can you hear me, Brian?
I don't think he can hear you.
Brian,
I think I lost the connection.
I can hear you. We can hear you.
He might
Yeah.
have to log off.
Tell him to log off and log back on. Yeah. All right. So anyway, going back to what we're talking about until he comes back. What we talking like the economic? You were talking about scared money and the investment in this.
Hey, Doc, we're gonna invest into Amazon. We're gonna buy it. It's like $3,000 a share right now.
Yeah. So we all decided that
Great.
we do an investment group and select and do that.
That sounds good to me, Roderick. You know, these are where my allowance will come in. Your half.
No. And that's how it work.
Why
When you're making an investment, you put in your own investment. You take your own losses and you take your own gains.
It's
All right. That's how it works. I know, but tell me, look, all right. Oh, Brian, you can hear us now. You're back. You good?
I can hear you guys now.
All right. So what I was saying to you that this is your second run.
It's my
for
second
office.
run. I ran in
What-
2017.
Yeah, your first run, you ran against an incumbent in
Yes.
Matthew Eugene,
A 10-year incumbent.
and who took over office since 2006, and you were, I'm sorry, I've got to pause myself. Horace, it is great to have you back, man. I know you were out, you weren't up to it, and we missed you. I just want to make sure I point out.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes.
Yeah. Brian Horace is one of our avid listeners, and he wasn't able to join us for a couple of weeks for personal reasons. So we're just really glad that he's able to join us. So I had to pause because, when we see how, we shout out because we do know a lot of times everybody was popping in and out, and so we appreciate all that. So the fact that you showed a very strong showing, I think you came in about a very close second. Am I correct?
Yeah, we lost by less than 1,000 votes against a 10-year incumbent at that time.
Right. So the fact that you did that kind of showing showed that you have that your body of work within the community
Speaks for itself.
speaks volumes for itself, right? As John is saying. So first, I want to congratulate you on that run, and and let you know that you stand very strong in this run as well. We lost him again.
But we'll get him back. He got a couple of people shouting him out. Definitely Marvin. Shouting out our boy, Mr. Cunningham.
Wait. Kathy has a question for you.
Absolutely not, Kathy. I don't do the puff. That one who was talking about the puff, I don't do puff. I don't, not at all.
No.
Wait. Do you do pull? Do you do pull?
I don't do puff.
No. She don't do puff. She does puff. Then pass.
Oh my God, man.
Listen,
Right.
I don't hang with you folks. You guys are on a league of your own, not me.
No, we're not. No, we just don't get it. By the way, John, I don't think that's a bad
Joining
idea,
us.
right? What you were saying about forming an investment group, maybe we could do that. See if people are interested.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
You down, Andre?
Well, no.
We're on investment group.
I'm down. As long as
So
He Amazon already. So
listen to the big dog. He's in Amazon already. You hear the big dog? And then they talk about me. He just quietly say it. I'm in Amazon already.
All I'm saying.
Hey, hold on.
If you manage your money well, you're good. I'm not against people stop using the debit. You have some people who take credit card and spend so much.
No,
Then
that's why you say
but
that's why you use the term responsible.
Did you see what President Biden said?
Wait,
About what?
That's connected to the investment?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Is it
About having
crypto?
America look at alternative currency, cryptocurrency.
yes,
Yeah.
Yes, did you hear that?
All right, let's try to get to him because Brian, are you good now? Can you hear me,
I'm
Brian?
good now. Sorry about that. Not sure what's happening.
No, you're frozen. You're still frozen. Maybe it's your location. Where are you located right now?
That a secret location he can't tell you.
You in the back cave?
but he got a nice headphone. I'll tell you that.
Brian, can you hear us?
You can't.
All right. So, Brian, can you hear me? All right, Brian. Andre's gonna text you, right? So, let Andre, let's follow up.
There he is.
Oh, Brian.
Oh.
No. Yeah.
Bring it on now.
Mia, are you shake your head if you're able to come on now?
I think
Mia,
she is on. I'm sure.
shake your head. All right, so let's do Mia and then tell Brian 8:15. You heard me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, 8:15 is fine. It's 7:45.
Hi.
Evening.
Okay.
How are you, Miss Mia? Thank you.
Good
for joining
evening.
us.
I'm great. How are you all doing? I was laughing along.
Yes.
The
So,
puff-
puff joke.
Mia, so Mia, which one do you think? Joanne is puff passing or puff?
No.
Now, I ain't ask you. Ask Mia what she thought. So
Mia,
Mia's like,
what's your thought? You listening to silly over here?
I don't know what the history of the question is, so I'm just a
No, I'm just
silent
saying,
observer.
what's your immediate opinion of the question? What do you think?
Well, I will say
Kathy feel
that
like she's puff passing.
I think I'm assuming you all can hear me correctly, right?
Yeah,
No.
we could have heard you. We could have heard you.
Okay, I tried to put this headset in, but it doesn't seem to be doing much. It's just funny because immediately I heard it, I thought, oh, puff puff is actually a dessert where it's a
Oh
treat where I'm
wow.
from.
Yes,
Yeah.
the eclairs and everything.
It's
the
like
French-
beignets. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. The French.
It's like
Dessert.
uh-huh.
You see
Yeah, you see, you know enough. Just put a little puff puff in there. You're good, man. You're good.
about the dessert?
Yeah, about the puff puff.
And you can dip it in sugar or caramel sauce.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
know?
So, Mia, I like you. I like you.
Thank
She's not
you. I like
getting
you
it.
too.
Like she's not getting it, but I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Welcome to the village, Mia. All right. Yeah, this I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Please introduce yourself to our listeners and viewers and share who you are to them.
Hold on. Yes.
So, hello to everyone out there listening.
Yeah. No. You got to put the headset back on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Is that better?
The best.
Yes.
Oh God.
Okay.
Yes, we hear you perfectly now.
I was saying hello to everyone out there listening. I'm Mia, and I am a lawyer and an author of children's books. I'm also a mom, a wife, many things like most women out there, and it is Women's History Month. So many women are multitaskers, and I am one of them. And I'm really excited to be here and share about my experiences and what that's been like for me.
All right. Now,
Awesome. Where are you located?
New York.
You're originally from New York as well?
No. I'm Nigerian. So,
Oh,
like many
really?
New Yorkers, I'm a transplant into the city.
Okay. Were you born in Nigeria or you were born here?
Yes, born and raised.
Born and raised where?
So, I was born in a city called Ibadan. And at the time, many, many years ago, when I was born, it was, I think, the largest city in all of Africa at the time. But I think Cairo has taken over in terms of who's larger. So I was born in a big city and raised all over the country, went to different schools in different states before moving to the US. Are you looking for my accent? Because you won't find it.
How old are you when you came in? There's a psychological component with age when you come to the United States or
Yeah.
you go to another country where one, you can never lose your accent, or two, you can never have the accent, or three, you can go back and forth. Some people can hear
I
it.
go back and forth.
So that means
So
you came
depending on
between the age of
who I'm
10 and
speaking
11.
to or the audience, and I know your accents were coming out earlier too. So I think it's called code switching. You see who you're looking at, and your brain just does a shift and says, "Okay, should I talk like this or should I talk like this?"
And
So,
we just heard it. What you just said.
yes.
We just heard.
So Ade Saki says, "Big up Nigeria." Okay.
Absolutely.
So welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to our little spot here between Dr. Bryant, John, myself, Andre, Sophia, and the village family. Welcome to the show.
Thank
We're
you.
excited to have you
Really
all.
excited to be here too.
Yes, we're excited. Please share what type of attorney you are. What do you practice?
Just a sec. I'm trying to switch my headset back. All right. Oh, much better. Now I can hear you very clearly. So I'm an anti-corruption lawyer, and it basically is like an offshoot of being a litigator, a litigation lawyer. You know, the kind of people you see on TV who are in court arguing all the time. I don't go to court, but I argue from my desk. And a lot of my arguments are related to fraud and bribery and corruption. And I saw you had a politician on right before I came on. So those are the kind of people I'm interested in. This is where anti-corruption law really has its teeth. It's all about making sure that the people you are advising are staying away from anything related to bribes, especially to government officials. And this is an issue not just for individuals, but for companies as well. So you might be running a company and it's based all around the world, and then you find out, oh, one of your employees has been giving bribes to the customs officers to get your company's products in through the borders, right? And so
Andre. No, go ahead. Go ahead. We're listening.
okay, yeah, so then you refer to your compliance lawyers or your anti-corruption lawyers to give you advice on the situation. So a lot of what we do has to do with governments. So I was glad to see the politician on.
Mila, what company are you with?
So right now I'm with Hewlett Packard Enterprise, HP. You might have the laptop or the printers, or you might have the software or the storage solutions. And it's a huge company. I like to call them OG Tech because they were there before Facebook, before Google. OG Tech.
Before you continue, Mia, just want to make sure we give a disclaimer that even though Mia is a lawyer, she's not here to give legal advice. You can ask her a question, but it's not non-committal. In order to do that, you would have to be able to speak to her personally and sign any kind of disclaimer. So you're okay to ask her a question, but her answer is not final. So if you want a final answer, please make sure that you reach out to her. So again, we remind you that this show is not a consultation show. It's just an informational show. So let's just be clear on that. I'm sorry, because sometimes people think that, it is informational only.
That's right. Usually I give that disclaimer, but thank you for reminding me that I didn't do that.
That's okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So now, what actually got you into that field? What made you decide, hey, I want to go into this field instead of real estate or immigration or anything of that sort?
Yeah. I think that if you're from the diaspora in any shape, way, or form, you have a second culture that influences a lot of what you do and how you think and see life. And where I grew up, I could see firsthand that a bribe isn't just what you slip to a police officer, right? It's the difference between life and death. You can't go to a hospital because someone's bribed somebody else to not give that hospital electricity, or they've stolen or committed a fraud that takes all the money away from the school that your child wants to go to. So when you see things like that growing up, you really start to just think very differently about corruption. Like, so I know in the US, a lot of people just think of it as something, oh, you might hear about someone stuffing $100,000 in their freezer. We all remember that, right? But we don't think it impacts us directly, but it does. And I would see just literally how corruption would impact my daily life. So it made me very interested in fighting it, right? And either I would fight it as a police officer or I'd fight it as a lawyer. And I wanted to be a lawyer because I think they earn more. So generally speaking, so I like to approach that fight from a big standpoint, which is I want to be the person who's making sure that large companies are doing the right thing, especially when they're operating overseas. We all hear about oil companies, for example, doing shady things all around the world. If they had people advising them, maybe they would stop doing that, right? Or change the way they do business. So in my way, it's how I fight for the right thing.
I want to pause for a moment. Black History Month. Black History Month. It was just Black History Month, and you are a Black woman, but also this is Women History Month, and you are Black. So it a couple of people are shouting out. So John's going to get you a couple of those in a minute. But you say you're from Brooklyn. You're from Brooklyn by way of Nigeria. Or is it the other way around? You're from Nigeria by way of
well, right now I'm repping East Harlem. So by way of Nigeria, yeah.
Okay.
But
so tell
I
us a little bit about your background. You see, you were born in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You migrated to the United States, and you lived in Brooklyn. So tell us like your history, where you lived in Brooklyn, where you went to school, things like that. Because one of our points here is that we talk about success is not just spoken, it is done. And you can be successful at any age, any time.
Yeah.
Right. and it is basically it's about the work that you put in. So I wanted, because a lot of our people, our audience, are people who respond to our Black and brown communities and want to see the prosperity of that. And one of the things is to say that we don't see enough people like you and I in roles of leadership
Yeah.
and power. I can't be like that. But the more and more we talk about it, I'm hoping that it can make a difference. So tell us a little bit about your growing up, who you are.
Yeah. So growing up was complicated, and I say that because my father was a diplomat, so that meant we moved around a lot, right? It's like having a dad who's a soldier in the army. You're gonna shift around a lot, right? So I grew up in a bunch of different countries, but the U.S. was, let's say, my last stop before adolescence, before being a teenager. So I lived in Italy, we were in Niger, we were in Hungary. So that gave me a global perspective and allowed me to see different things growing up and learn different languages, which is really, really so key. It's opened up so many doors for me being able to speak other
You can't
languages.
just throw a question out there and don't tell me how many languages you speak. I'm not gonna let you go
I'm
with that.
on my fourth one now,
Which
and
ones
I,
is oh, which
Korean.
ones?
And it's funny because I can read and write in Korean. I'm not fluent yet, but whenever I like meet someone from Korea and like I'll start talking to them, they're like, "Whoa, how
Mm.
did you do that?" No one expects to really see a Black woman speaking an Asian language. It's
Yo,
a sad
listen, we're
reality.
black and we're powerful.
Yeah.
And we are great.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
So awesome. So you were and but obviously English.
Yeah. French,
Oh,
Yoruba.
tu parles français aussi?
Oui, je parle
Tu
français.
parles- je parle un petit
You
peu
thought you would
français.
catch me, haha.
Non, 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 parce que non, Joanne, elle parle français. Je ne parle pas français. Je parle très mal.
You know what? Leave me alone.
All right.
Leave me
Okay.
alone.
All right. Joanne. Yeah.
It's Joanne. Let's get it
Okay,
right.
Joanne. Okay.
Joanne.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Some Swahili, some Wolof. That's a Senegalese language. I
Mm.
spent some time in Senegal and fell in love with the language. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you said you traveled around Hungary,
Mhm.
couple other countries,
Yes.
right?
Yes. And the US was one of our stops, like for my dad's job. So I was back and forth between different countries for a
Mm.
large part of my childhood. But at some point, my mother wanted more stability for us and said, no more moving around. We're just going to stay in the US. So I think around that time, I was in my early teens. And, you show up, you've got not quite the accent people think you'll have because, again, you grew up internationally, but you don't sound American, right? So the first thing that hits them when you open your mouth and talk is, where are you from? Why do you sound like that? And why do you look like that? And it wasn't just, the majority asking me those questions. I was getting that from like other Black people too, from other places, or
Mhm.
maybe like African American. And it was awkward. I won't lie.
I
But
feel bad. I hate when they go, Roderick, you're so articulate. I hate that.
yes,
I hate that. Like
yes,
what? Because my black man can be articulate.
right?
It's like, okay, and
It's so funny. So basically, you sort of stick out, right? And when you're a child, you're sensitive to things like that. No one really wants to stick out. That's just the truth. No matter what it is that makes you stick out, whether it's your shape or your size or your skin or your accent, you just want to fit in. You want to feel like you have friends. But I think I rejected that fit in dynamic at some point. And I said, you know what? Y'all don't want to be friends with me. I'm going to go find the other immigrants and be friends with them. And we'll have our own little clique and our club and we'll do cool things. So at that point, I was friends with I'd be friends with the Vietnamese kids and the Indian kids because they were all going through the same thing that I was, which was that we were transplants and we were trying to make our way in this sea of trouble that is high school and middle school.
Right. Right. That you know what? Very fascinating because I think we all on here on the panel have gone through similar trying to fit in or assimilate and then realizing that you really don't fit in. You have your own little niche that quite growing up. I didn't grow up with like my friends, even when I think about it right now, many of my friends are not Haitian. I have more Jamaican friends or Guyanese friends or Trinidadian friends and from all over. more than my own because of that form of being accepted, because you didn't fall into that box. So
Yeah.
very, very interesting.
And then you learn that being different is your superpower, right?
Absolutely.
So if you're
I've been
the
different all my life, man. I've been different all my
Yeah.
life, and
yeah,
I have no superpowers.
no, that is your
John-
superpower. Justin.
Johnny's just being
I
modest.
just don't.
Listen, this
but,
woman is a
but
here.
how has your experiences shaped you, not only being an attorney, so which we understand, but also I know you are a writer.
Yes.
So how has those experiences helped shaped that aspect of your life?
Well, I like to tell people I've always been a writer. Being a lawyer came later, right?
Mhm.
So I've been a writer since I could write at like 3, and I would write these stories. And the older I got, the more people wanted to publish them. And my grandfather is a writer, a very famous writer, and he inspired me. And he used to write both fiction, nonfiction, but he also wrote for the people. Like he was someone who used his writing, and I'm speaking past tense. He's
You
still
know,
alive.
the question is who is he?
So my grandfather is Wole Soyinka, and he was, I believe, the first African to win a Nobel Prize, and he won it in literature.
Wait,
So-
hold on.
You see that?
Wait, John. Touch me, John. Touch me, John. You know, I didn't see that in your bio.
No, I don't put it in my bio because my bio is about me.
Ah,
No, but that is about you.
Yeah.
Wait, no. That
I love
is very much about you because it tells us where you're coming from.
Can you repeat
Yeah.
that again, please?
Who he is?
Yes.
Yes. So his name is Professor Wole Soyinka.
And he won the Nobel Peace Prize for literature.
Nobel Prize for literature.
Nobel Prize for literature.
Yes.
You hear that, villagers?
Yeah, you know, I didn't even know that. I didn't even see that in your bio. So your bio is about you and who you are and where you come from. Like, for example, like one of my former students was a grandson of Marcus Garvey. That's important for him because that establishes
Very.
where his thoughts come from.
But you see, for a large part of my life, I wasn't allowed to say that. I wasn't allowed to say that for a long time because when there's like a hit list out,
Oh, I
and
got you. I
it's-
got
yeah,
you.
yeah,
I
yeah.
got you.
So
I got you.
I just got used to not talking about it. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. All right.
It's something to
I see the comments are rolling in.
something to celebrate.
Big up support.
Big up some
Yes.
support. Look at that.
Listen,
It's coming in. Like we want to say some of them, but they're just
It's so fast, right?
Yeah.
It's so fast.
Right.
Please share
Mhm.
what got you into the genre of writing.
of
Okay.
writing children's books.
Mhm.
I just remember feeling very small as a child and constantly being told you are small
Mm.
and therefore you
Man,
have
I was never small as a child, boy. I was never small. I wish I was. I was never small.
You would just want to punch John. sometimes. She meant mentally, John. Not
yeah,
physically.
mentally. No, I mean, your size might be small. I mean, even well, you know what? Your size might be small. Someone might feel like you're not allowed to talk because you're a child. What
Yes,
do you know?
Irene, I completely
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Very
but,
dynamic but humble. Just reading
Yeah.
Irene's comment is a very true one.
oh, thank you, Irene.
Yes.
One thing I can say about your book, it's not only one book you have.
No,
Um,
so
And tell us
I've-
the names of your book.
yes. So the it's a series that I've written. It's called the ISA series, and it's about 3 young boys who are heroes. They're very young, but they're heroes. And the first book in the series is Enter the Mummy, and the second one is Chocolate Crisis. And you can get them on Amazon, and I've had Amazon publish them as a joint book, so you can get both tales in the series in one book on Amazon. And like I said, it's about 3 young boys, Black boys, who are heroes. I don't think we
Mhm.
see enough of that. Black Panther can't be the only one, and Black Panther
Yeah.
wasn't written by us for us. Okay, so I call it.
Ouch!
It's not.
Ouch! Ouch! Wait. That. Ouch.
No hate. I
Using
love
the
it. I
water.
Oh,
love
no,
that
no,
I
no,
have
that's
all
not
the
hating.
collections,
But that's not, listen, young lady, that is not hating. That's what you call dropping knowledge. Because a lot of people don't know that.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
So they make comments. They don't know. Where's my cell? I wanted to.
And also
Andre,
your
let me back up to my cell.
your
Never
books
mind, I got it.
have a animated version as well.
So I'm also into animation. So I write comics and I write stories and I do animations, right? And I tend to do the animations just as a hobby, but I also will do them on commission. If someone is like, all right, I want to make this video and I want it to be a cartoon, then I'll get involved and help them with that. It's all part and parcel of the genre of adventures and heroics that I'm just obsessed with because I wanted to be a hero growing up. And
I wish you could
those.
show the audience a little bit of your animation. I'm not sure if you had a chance to share that with Andre, but it is powerful.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Thank you.
And yeah, our audience need to see that. They really do. They really do. It captures your imagination right away. So wait, as a mom of 3 boys, I can tell you that these stories are so meaningful and needed. Can you read a snippet of one of your please? If you can share.
I don't know how to. This is my first time using StreamYard. I can figure it out while we're talking. Let me
So
see.
I'll just. Is your book like written someplace? Like you can just open it?
Yes.
All right. So, hold on. So if you open a new tab, leave the
Mhm.
StreamYard tab open. You still be on screen,
Yeah.
and you can just read whatever you're reading on the screen. You don't have to do anything, but just open a new tab.
But will
Okay.
Andre
So we all can see you.
okay. Can you see it, or would she have to send it to Andre?
No.
To-
If she can read it on her own screen,
Okay.
but all you have to do is just open up a new tab, Maya,
Yeah.
and then you can just go ahead and read from there.
Okay.
But the animations or off the
Oh, the
chart?
animation, that's different. I think you have to
Yeah.
learn how to
Yeah.
share
Yeah.
the screen from
Can
there.
you share that with Andre quickly? So maybe we can share
One
that.
of the animations. Okay,
Yes,
let me
Yeah.
dig
that's
through my
different.
folders.
Hmm?
Why don't
Andre
I
said he
share?
Andre said he found the animation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, perfect.
Which one? I could show a trailer animation that I did, but there's also one on my website that people can see. I really like that one. But how to share it?
I used to do animation too.
Did
Really,
you?
what?
And about weed, John.
Mhm.
The puff. See, that's why Dr. Bryant wanted to beat him up. Yeah.
After this, we might have to make Puff Puff a villain or a hero in one of my stories.
You know what I'm saying? And make sure that the main character's name is John Sampson. Just
Mhm.
and the villain is Dr. Bryant, Dr. Joanne Bryant. Just make sure that works. All right, they're
Yeah.
gonna go together.
JLS versus
Right.
Joanne Bryant.
Right. So
JLS versus JD.
So you're a mom. So
Yes, I am.
let's see how quickly she changed the subject. You see that? We love. By the way, you walked into something, but we bother her all the time because whenever we touch on the weed subject, she just want to move on.
And she said, "I want to get high."
So
She doesn't want you to get her in any trouble.
As well, man.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What was I doing?
How old are your kids, Maya?
So I've got a first grader and
Okay.
a preschooler. And avoid saying their names in case.
No, don't say their name on there.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yeah, that's fair.
First grader and a
Just a
preschooler.
And a
grandpa.
preschooler.
She sound like me, right?
It sounds like chaos.
Did
Yeah.
they just put you out there?
It's. I wish I had control over the comments. I clearly
I
don't.
love it. I love it. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So you,
Oh, look at this. They're telling me about your grandma. Your grandmother was a university
Yeah.
librarian of note, and the
Yes.
mom is her mom. Your
My mom
mother's
is also a
Veteran
lawyer.
barrister and a choice. and
oh wait, your
quintessential
mom is an attorney as
administrative
well.
director
Oh,
of the
you-
Federal
Yo,
Reserve.
hold on. Go, wait, go back. They just Thank you, Olebumi for blowing her up, because I love the fact that you're humble, but it also shows that you come from good bread. And I'm gonna be mad at you for this right now. And I'm just this first time we're talking, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be mad at you right now. And you come from good lineage. They teach you something, and no matter how humble you are, what am I gonna curse you for right now?
You're not
Make
gonna
sure. I'm cursing. I'm joking. I'm not cursing. Of course, I'm not joking. Yeah, of course, I'm not cursing. Why would I curse her? She's doing awesome and spectacular work, and she's basically saying, "I am who I am, and I'm working hard to make sure that people understand that you can be." I hate when people use the term "you can be like," right? But I love when they say, "I am me, and you can become you," and that's what you're doing. So you're awesome. And I so appreciate you. I'm actually sending out a message right now to a couple of my friends to say, look who I'm talking to. That's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
but you know
That's
what?
I'm so blessed to have you on our show.
No, we definitely are to have someone as powerful as her actually to come and celebrate women's history with us, because you bring so many different aspects of being a phenomenal woman.
Exactly.
You know, not only are you Christian, not only are you a mom, you're an attorney, you wear so many hats, you're a writer, and you inspire others to go for greatness. And in that process, you're still very humble, in that process. So, some people get to a certain area in life that they feel they can't help others and pull others and motivate others, but that's not you. And it's awesome to just be you.
I almost wish it was me, because I think what happens sometimes is when you feel so passionate about a lot of things and you want to always solve problems and be that hero, you overextend yourself. And women in particular, I gotta say this.
I'm sorry. We all burst out laughing one time.
Yeah.
Because Dapo, who's Dapo? Do you know who he is? Who's Dapo? Or she?
I'm trying to look at y'all and look at the comments.
Oh, Dapo Alessian
is a geek. The comment that I'm a geek.
Oh, she's a geek.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dapo, I must tell you, I am a geek too. I am a very proud geek.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
like
a proud
to
geek. So you're not insulting nobody.
No, I wear that proudly. And
Yes.
I'm there at the comic conventions dressed up like my favorite comic books too, and I'm like, woohoo, rocking it. And I love it
What are your
because
favorite
you know
comic
what?
book characters?
Oh
What are they?
gosh. I'm gonna name a few that aren't as well known in the States, but I'm really into everything manga, first of all, which is Japan. And then I'm into like all these Belgian comics like Asterix and Tintin. You remember Tintin, the adventurer?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I like African comics. There's so many African comics I like to follow.
Tintin.
Unique Studios, Aya of Yop City. It's a slice of life comic about a girl who's just hanging out with her friends. Some of them get pregnant, some of them get married, and it's a comic book, and it's by an African author who I'm obsessed with. I feel like every time she's around or on the internet, I'm like, what's she doing now? So it's not just the superhero stuff. I like the comic genre, period. So anything in animated form with pictures, it really resonates with me.
Can you make us animated? Put us in a little illustration you got. The Village, headed by Roderick Daly, Dr. Joanne Bryant.
Yeah, I would love to do a sketch.
Oh,
with you.
Andres,
That'd be awesome.
you ready to read something to us? Andres,
I was actually going to share
go ahead and share
a picture.
Go ahead.
I hope it works. Let's see. This one.
Perfect.
That's a picture of. Can you guys see what I'm sharing?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay,
Yeah. So that's me as a baby celebrating with my mom when she was graduating from law school. So in Nigeria, we wear the wigs and the black robes and this little white bonnet.
Okay.
And some people ask, where did you want to become a lawyer from? I'm like, probably from her. Because I was like,
Big up to mom. Big up. Big up.
About 5 months in that picture. But yeah, I
Big up to mom.
So I figured out how to share.
Thank you.
Okay,
Great.
good.
Big up to
Awesome.
mom.
So you were going to share some parts of your book as well.
Yes.
Tell us the name of the book. Set us up for what it is that you're going to do.
All right, I'm going to share 3 scenes from Enter the Mummy. Let's see if I can get this done. I'll do it by sharing
Enter
my
the Mummy?
screen. Yeah. Yes. So I liked Enter the Dragon, that Bruce Lee movie when I was a
Okay.
kid.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it was paying homage to that. All right. So this is. Can y'all see it?
Andre said yes to bring it. Yeah, we can see it. Mhm.
All right. So this is The Incredible Eye, and this is the oldest of the bunch in the ISA. And I'll just read these next 3 things and then I'll stop sharing. All right. Saving the world is hard work. Whew, that was a tough battle with the teddy bear toughs. I hope they stay in timeout forever. And as the Incredible Eye heads back to his secret headquarters, there's a message waiting for him on his Super Ted computer. Welcome back, Incredible Eye. There's an urgent message for you. Thank you, Teddy. Please play the message. It is I, the mummy. You have 30 minutes to solve my clues and find the bedtime bomb that I've hidden before it goes off and forces all kids everywhere to go to bed. 30 minutes? Even if they're not tired yet? No! That's right. I like to do that evil laugh.
That wasn't evil, by the way.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
Man, I was just about to watch my favorite cartoons. And as the Incredible Eye jumps into his super trike, he doesn't see someone in the corner sneaking up behind it. The mummy always ruins my fun, says the Incredible Eye, as he's still oblivious to the person in the corner sneaking on for a ride. All right, no time to play now. I've got to go find that bomb. And as he flies off into the sky, the Incredible Eye thinks to himself, the mummy's first clue said, the bomb is where old meets new, and you can travel through time. Maybe she means the museum. Supercycle, go into hyperspeed mode. And up pops our secret stowaway, and it's Starboy, and he says, this is so much fun. Will we get to the bomb in time, big brother? What do you think you're doing here, Starboy? You're too little to be a superhero. Please, please let me come. I have powers too. I can help. I don't have time to take you back, so just stay out of my way, says the Incredible Eye. And I'll stop there.
Thank you.
If they want Nora to get the
It was
book.
sudden reading. I wasn't ready to read, but if you want to know what happens next, get the book.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. I like
We
that.
like that.
I
We
like the
like that.
Incredible Eye.
Yeah. You know, I like him too. You know, well, never mind. I can't actually that next question because there will be more details in the book. What's the age group of the book?
So it's perfect for anyone who just loves to read. So anyone from age 4 and up. But it's really targeted at the younger kids. It's not really targeted at teenagers because they tend to like more sophisticated storylines.
So someone mentioned, did you draw the illustration?
So what I do is I sketch out the initial. There's a process to creating a comic book. Between writing the script and drawing out your script, it's a pretty long process. So what I've learned to do to save myself time is I now have a silent partner who's another mom like me who loves to draw but can't write. So the two of us work
What a
together.
combination.
Yes,
That's right.
yes.
That works. That
It
works.
does.
Teamwork.
It does.
Yeah.
But I just love it because it's all female, and in the comic industry, it tends to be a sausage fest. I like to call it. It's just mostly guys for the most part. But you've got, me and my partner just putting these things out there, making our graphic novels, and fighting for our little corner of the larger space in the comic book writing world.
And you'll get it. You will get
Amen.
it.
Amen. From
We
your
look
lips to God's
forward-
ears.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta notice. I told you I'm putting you on blast, right? And so I got a notice back from somebody, and as a matter of fact, I'm personally going to do that too. So I'm going to take that person's lead and do that. I'm telling you up front, I'm going to do it. So his message said, and I'm going to, I'm going to ask if he wants to call in. That's going to be up to, what's it, 841-7944, 797. What? I can't believe I forgot my own office number. 9980. So you can call in 718-841-9980. His question is, she is the bomb.
She is.
Right. So that's his message. I'm reading out now. His name
I'm
is
like,
Earl.
who's he talking about? Me?
Yeah. He's talking about you. And his name is Earl. And he said, she's the bomb.com. Would love to have her speak to my kids for my career day. On March 30th.
Okay.
So
Right.
listen, she came to my school and blew out. That's how we met, and actually did an amazing job with the kids. And you see this reading
So
that
look, wait, hold on. Sorry, Joanne, look, Andre. He looks like what's that guy from what's that show?
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They come into my school too, hopefully.
All right. So just saying. But anyway, Joanne, you were saying something.
she
I just
did
wanted to show
amazing
Andre's
job.
reaction because you couldn't see it.
The animation, the sounds, the color, and everything was able to grab the children's attention. So you see the reading that you did, the sound that was there, it was just like amazing. And Horace brought a great point. More when you see comic books, it's not us.
Mhm.
So to see a female and then a Black female doing it, you get superpowers. You have superpowers in order to do that as being a mom, an attorney. I don't know when you have the time, but
You make time.
Hey, wait. I'm sorry. You, Joanne, don't say nothing to her. Because you're trying to you don't even try.
Stop.
Isn't it Dr. Joanne? Just pointing it out.
Oh, I hear you, attorney.
Kumbaya.
Oh Lord, cool, Dr. Joanne, like Dr. Joanne.
So
Telling her that she has too many hats. Let her be her whatever hat she want to wear.
listen,
All she has to do is put the time in when she's going to be that hat. That's all.
which is true. She's definitely someone that educators and schools and young children and even middle school kids need to see, because this is something that they should aspire to become, especially motivating children to write. A lot of our kids don't like to write. So to see someone that have written something that they can get into and they can relate to, that's something powerful. So where can we purchase your book? Amazon.
Yes, if you're in the US.
Andre just got his. So
Oh wow, thank you, Andre.
all right.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you. Tell your friends.
And no, I mean you're getting blown up. I can see it. We can look at it and see that you're getting blown up. People are listening to your story because you are an incredible woman, and we all have our faults, we all have our positive, we all have something in between. But you are definitely showing that education and leadership and success
and
has no bearings
And no barriers.
no limitation. You said, yes, your father might have been a diplomat or your mother might have been an attorney. You know what? You traveled all around the world. So it was very hard for you to focus, right? Because if you're going from one country to the next, you don't even know where you're gonna lay. Like you might make a friend in Hungary today, and then 2 months later that friend is gone, and you never heard it, will never hear. So you don't even want to make friends, right? So therefore you had your struggles, right? So sometimes people look at your success, but they don't look at the body of work that was involved in that success. And so you're telling people that the body of work can be there,
yes,
but you are a superpower. You are a superhero. And I am so appreciative of this brief encounter with you. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm letting you know that I will be purchasing your book as well.
Thank
so
you.
and
I need to ask a question.
Mhm.
In the field, in the legal field that you are, how many Black females are in that field?
important question.
And
Well,
how
you
many
see, you see how I'm struggling to think?
Mhm.
That's the answer.
There is a serious lack of Black representation
Yeah.
in this field, in animation, and also corruption.
Yeah.
law.
Where did you go to law school?
Columbia.
Okay. When did you graduate? I'm asking that because my brother-in-law went to Columbia as well.
Oh,
law
okay.
school.
So I was class of '09, but I did a joint degree with the London School of Economics, so they sent my certificate in 2010.
Okay. Oh, you did economics as well. I'm
No, the
trying to
London
think-
School of Economics in the UK. So I got a master's and a law degree at the same time.
Andre's looking up, and so I'm putting Andre. So I'm gonna give you a few. I'm gonna take personal privilege and give you a few more minutes.
Yeah.
I know we are running out of time, and you've been on for a little bit, so you just let us know. I'm trying to figure out when I'd said my brother-in-law. I meant god brother.
Mhm.
When did he graduate from Columbia Law School? His name is Carl Forbes. So
Uh,
that's my god brother. So
that sounds familiar.
yes. So I'm not sure the year he
Okay.
graduated.
Yeah.
I don't want to say he graduated such and such. I know
Mhm.
he would have graduated probably around that time. So
Yeah.
you might have been in law school together.
Mhm.
Because he was born about 84 or 85, one of those years.
Mhm.
So if you do the
Yeah.
numbers and you add them up, it comes out that he could have graduated around them times.
Okay.
So as well. And I don't remember. So he's in his mid 30s.
Mhm.
Where
So
can people reach you?
I'm on all the social media platforms. I'm not the best at it. I'm still learning.
yeah,
I can't be
I'm
good
not
at
the only
everything.
one.
I
I'm not
can't
the
be good
only
at
one.
everything. And if you know anyone who's good at it, send them my way. I need to hire someone ASAP. But I'm on Instagram at Miato HQ. I'm on Twitter, MIIATO HQ. I'm on Facebook, same handle. And I have a website, www.miiato.com.
Say it again.
www.miiato.com.
Okay. The I look like an L, so hopefully they get
yeah.
it out there.
Let's
All right.
see.
So are you available for Career Day and those things? Like the person asked, I just have follow up.
Yeah, they can email me. It's they can email me through my website, or you can pass them my Gmail. Andre, you have it. Yeah.
Okay. The next question is, one of the things I have a friend, Kim.
Mhm.
I don't know if she's listening, but maybe I put you in contact with, because I was going to ask you, do you have a relationship with the Department of Education?
Not a standing one, but I would love to have one.
Yeah, because your book. Yeah. So I'm very bad. So I'm gonna tell you up front. I know who you are.
Correct.
All right. Don't deny or pretend like you're not. I'm gonna put it back on you and say to you, you can reach out. I would say Monday.
Okay.
And then let me see if I could create a conversation with you and this person to see what we can do.
Oh, that would be awesome.
This comment by Cheetah.
Writing it down.
She said,
All right.
Mia, you are showing folks you can pursue your passion and your career goals at the same time. Truly inspirational.
Yes, and I will add to Rashida's comment that I love the fact that you're a geek.
Yep.
Right. and children, we smile, but a lot of children, especially Black children and Black and brown children, are very afraid for people to know that they're smart, because it's not the in thing.
Yeah. And
Right?
and it stays that way, and it's sad that it hasn't changed much over the years since I was a child, but it's so true.
And what I tell people, the popular kids get the girls and the boys now.
Mm-hmm.
The rich and the smart kids maintain them later, because the popular kids can afford
Yeah.
to keep those people.
The smart kids build the platforms that the popular kids want to use.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's a better one. That's a better
Yeah.
one. Oh, there's somebody just told me you. So, yo, they're just blowing you up. You went to Georgetown.
Yes, undergrad.
Where do you go to high school?
Gosh, where didn't I go to high school? Like I said, a lot of back and forth. A lot of country
That's fine.
jumping,
So
yeah.
tell us where you start and where you end up.
Oh,
You know what? Tell us about New York City schools. How about that?
Okay, so the New York schools were Columbia.
Mhm.
And that was my first time living in New York in the big city. And that's where you also see that quirkiness is embraced to a degree. Like you can find your community in New York, or you can find people who are interested in the same things you are. I saw a comment about Asian Americans in the law, and that came out of me being interested in not just who I am, but learning about others and what they suffer or what they go through in the US as immigrants, because the immigrant experience isn't just unique to me as an African. It's experienced by someone from Mexico or from Korea or from China. So I always wanted to reach out and cross those divides because I had wished someone had done that to me. Right.
Right.
So I do what I wish others had done for me by
Yeah.
reaching out and extending and trying to increase my knowledge about other communities that may not be my own. So that's where that comes from. Then
The phone didn't ring in the office. The phone. Let me see. Hold on. How are you? I'm sorry. Just same comment.
mhm.
Go ahead.
So yeah, so have been in New York basically since law school, but then I also went to London for a little bit. I just like traveling, if you can't tell.
Yeah, I like traveling. We were talking about traveling,
Yeah.
and then for broke people like me, how we make the money work for us when you.
Oh,
like-
yes.
you heard? I don't know if you heard some of it. Like the when you have a credit card, which credit card you should have and why.
Yeah.
Points
Points
Use-
and
use-
traveling.
using, that's what the people
Yeah.
a lot of times your points help you to travel and move up your seat, sit in first class.
Yes.
You get to the lounge because now food
True.
is expensive
Yeah.
on the food is expensive on the plane nowadays. You get
Mhm.
into that lounge with your
Yeah.
status, you get
Mhm.
some food, so you don't have to buy food outside. People don't
And
know-
if you're like me, you're taking the food from the lounge, putting it in your bag so you can eat it
Thank
on
you.
the plane.
I tell them I don't have no shame
Nope, none.
because there goes. Caller, you're live. No.
There's a comment there. There are children who prefer to learn to read from comic books. That was my
Yes.
son all the way, especially boys. You find more boys into comic books right away because they're not going to read chapter books. But you will find that. So you
But
are
once you rope them in, then
Mhm.
you build that love for reading, and then later they'll be willing to explore the chapter books and the novels and write their own, right? So you start somewhere, and that's what I'm hoping to do with my books, which is to grab them while they're young, get them to start reading, give them images that they like to see that excite them, and keep them roped in, and
and
continue
that
to
looks
give them.
like them.
Caller, please
That
hold.
Yes,
look just
yes,
like them. That's important to see yourself in
yeah.
the book.
Caller, you're live.
Hello, this is Mr. Earl James calling in.
What's up, brother Earl?
How you doing, brother Earl?
What's up, my brother? How are you?
I'm blessed, man. I'm
Hey,
blessed. I'm blessed.
John Earl was a baller back in the days.
I
man.
know.
He knows. That's what,
I know,
I'm
man.
still balling. What you talking about?
I feel you. I don't ball in much. I wouldn't know. So just real fast because you had a message for our guest.
Yes, I just I took her information down, and I just wanted to thank her ahead of time for allowing the opportunity for our kids to be exposed to her.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You know, that's going to be awesome. I'm just excited about the fact that she would be interested in talking with our young people. Our school would be ecstatic.
I would be honored. Let's connect for
Wow.
sure. And thank you everyone for making that connection for me. Look, I'm doing another reading. This is great.
Brother Earl, take care of yourself, man.
Yo, you got it.
I'll
You
see
got
you
it,
in the
my
neighborhood
brother.
soon, man.
And stop the fake balling, Earl.
No. John, Dida is trying to get in touch with you, bro.
Oh yeah, okay. Who? Dida?
Ooh.
How you doing?
She's all right, man. She's just trying to touch base with you about Ernest. So when you get a chance, I left my number in the chat for that Rodney could give it to you.
No problem, man. I'll make sure I return it. All right.
Much
So
love and respect, my brother.
Peace and
All
love,
right.
brother.
Take care.
All right.
there's a comment right there. Are you
Yes.
considering turning your works into animated film?
So, little known fact, after my books came out, I did get approached by a producer about taking it into an animated form and developing it into either an animated series or a movie. We're still in talks, and it's going to be
Hey,
a multi-year
Hold
process.
on,
So
hold on.
that's all I can say.
You said you're still in talks,
Yes.
but if you need investors, please consider the hosts on the village.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That's a good point, John. I appreciate it. What if you questions is Daily Enterprises, all right? So that's one of them, and then John and Joanne can tell, but Daily Enterprises, and we come with a whole plethora of different outlets for you and help for you. There's a question I wanted to ask her. I slipped my mind. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to ask you questions that women don't like to be asked. The age. It's forget Joanne. We're not talking to Joanne. We're talking to you. I think it's
turned 50. That's why you want to know.
No. It's not that. It's not that. I asked this question on a regular basis. Although Joanne is always hiding behind her age, she does say it now with ease, right? But
you
before
never
she
heard me
slide,
say age on the
right?
radio.
But no, I'm saying you see with ease.
Oh, yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I want you to tell your age. Why? Because young girls have to know, and boys have to know that you can be successful and start. Your success didn't happen yesterday, and you're still young.
So let's just
sometimes
say
you get caught up.
I'm hoping to be top 40 under 40 for the next couple of years.
Thank you. No, I mean, but it's important that people know that, because a lot of time, you're too young for this, or I'm too. Or you pigeonhole yourself into areas where you're not. You're never too old to. It's funny because I was helping somebody with something the other day, and I'm told on Monday, and she's like, "Oh, Rudy," because it's my other name, Rudy. And she goes, "Oh, I'm too old." I said, the only person that cannot learn is a dead man. And and everybody can teach at any age, because you can learn from a kid just like you can learn from a 100-year-old person. Amen. So never limit your you get caught.
Never
limit yourself.
Never limit.
Great question. Will the comics be available in other languages in the future?
As money allows. I'm actually really keen to get them translated into Yoruba, because I think we need more.
A friend of mine, another friend of mine, Kwame Nwongo, and you could also look him up. The name Nwongo should sound familiar to you.
Yes.
As we talk about Black Panther.
Yes. So Lupita's relative.
Brother. Right. So he's an author, he's an animator as well. I don't remember the name of the series. It's somebody he did the animation type series thing, but he did it in he's from Kenya, and he did it in a local language of Kenya.
Yes.
I forgot the name of the language that he did his book in, and so that's just I just thought of that as another African writer who was on the show to talk about. What other characters are you thinking about adding?
I want to add a girl.
All right now.
Joanne?
Absolutely. Joanne? Absolutely.
Why not?
Hey, Tareen, go ahead, boy. Really fast. I don't let me digress and talk about why the fact that women didn't want to tell their age. I will digress. Don't let me do that. Andre's already on me, right? Yeah. But it's let's just say it's antiquated.
And just so you know, for Career Day, it's not only reading your book, it's just a celebration of you and the many facets that you bring to a school community. That's something inspirational, and the different walls and ceilings that you have broken in the process of doing that.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
So we actually celebrate you.
Thank you.
Woman of God. And we actually would love to have you back.
I'd be honored to. And can I thank you, first of all, for
But
having
you
the
do that,
show.
before you do that, answer that question from
What's
Wabi Day.
next? What's next for the ISA? Any hints on what their next adventure will be? We're gonna see some origin stories being released in the near future. So watch this space. Yeah, you have your adventures, but then you got to go back and explain how they got there in the first place. So
Gotcha.
True
that's
that.
what I'm
True
working
that.
on. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
floor is yours.
Oh yes. So I wanted to say thank you to all of you. I love that this show exists, that you are so open to welcoming people from the community, to inviting us in to talk about what we're doing. It's hard to find a space to express yourself, period. But then to see a space where others are celebrating you and celebrating others, it's amazing. It's amazing what you do, and I can't thank you enough. I'm so honored to have been on here.
Oh,
You
we're
know,
honored to have you.
before I thank you, I want to thank Joanne, right, for giving us this opportunity to meet you. And on this show, it's all about the village. One day it's me, one day it's you, one day somebody else. But we love the fact that you're here
Mhm.
on the village. And I think Horace's comment sums it up.
Yes.
It is the exposure for those who haven't had the opportunity or didn't think someone of your stature even exist. And just to have you on the show and giving the community, because we have a wealth of people, right? We have a wealth of people within our community who just like it's they're everyday people like each one of us. And sometimes we don't have to have a whole bunch of titles or our ancestry to our names. We're just we. So the next person, the next girl, the next boy, can say, listen, I see she did it and I can do it too. So
Amen.
Yes, amen.
God bless.
Thank
Bless.
you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Bless
All
us.
right, thank you.
You can reach you on what's your website again, quickly, so people can.
www.miiato.com.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
All right, thank you. And don't forget Monday.
I won't.
All
Bye.
All right. Take care.
Oh,
One of our best guests in a long time. Not that, we have had great guests, but she's one of no, Andre, I'm not saying the wrong. It's one of her best guests in when I'm saying a long time in terms of no, I want to make sure because I was
Boss.
wait, hold on.
Sometimes-
Wait. So that's the problem. Wait, that's the problem when you guys don't allow me to finish and I say some kind of crap and it stops.
yeah, let him finish. Let him finish.
Let me finish. Right. Because if you stop me in the middle, then all they're gonna hear is that the other people are not good guests, which is what you're saying, and that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying in terms of in the community, we find a lot of people, but for people to know, like especially young people to know, right, that she's a lawyer, she's an attorney, she's an author. You can aspire to do great things yourself. That's the whole point of what I'm saying. So that's all the comment is that I'm talking about.
An amazing guest.
Yeah, she's an amazing guest because
Yes.
it does lend for information. And the other thing that I can also add, it's not about what I can do and will do. It's about what you can do. Although some people don't say it, she is saying it, right? She didn't talk about her grandfather. She didn't talk about her mother. She didn't do any of those things, right? But she's there to say you can do it, and and it's amazing, right?
Absolutely.
Whoa! The clock is wrong. Andre, we need to get a battery for the clock because it's wrong. Huh?
So I'll tell you this, it's refreshing, especially with all that's going on in the community, all that's going on worldwide, to celebrate international, especially this week being Women's International Week, to bring that flavor in.
Yes, agreed.
What flavor is that? International flavor?
International Women's Month.
International Women's what?
Month.
Month?
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you want to talk? What do you want to talk about?
Oh, you know what I want to talk about?
Go ahead.
Former Governor Cuomo
Might be
coming
running.
to our neighborhood.
Coming to our neighborhood for what?
Came to our
He
neighborhood.
came. He went to church on Sunday.
At Reverend Al Cockfield's God Battalion Church.
On Sunday,
Yes.
last night or Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay, and did what?
Just basically saying, you know,
It ain't over.
in not so many words.
I wasn't invited. I don't.
You
Why,
know,
why wasn't I invited?
I don't know. Wasn't me, boy. Wasn't me.
Were you there?
Hell no. You know I ain't going. No, I ain't going.
Yeah.
I don't roll like that.
You,
Man.
you got jokes.
Mm-mm.
So you're not with the governor.
What?
Who-
I'm not into politics. That's all.
Who you thinking about supporting?
I'm not into politics.
I know you're not into politics. So who you think about supporting? If you were supposed to lend your support right now, who you? Not that you wouldn't support anybody. I know you would support all. Let's just. I mean, let's just one that you're adamant that. Oh no, I will never support
I
him.
support freedom.
I stop that foolishness. You sound like Joanne and your cop out answers.
Listen,
Who would you support?
I would support you, Roger.
I'm not running for governor.
If you were, I would support you.
You know, I'm thinking about running for mayor.
I would support you too.
You're such a liar.
Mm.
It makes me feel good, but you're such a liar. I appreciate that. What is FOGO? Fear of going out. Of what?
no, you know that's a true.
No, I'm not saying no. I'm saying what is FOGO? Fear of
True,
going.
true,
Oh, you
Doc.
mean fear of going outside?
Going
Doc,
outside, going back to
I agree. Go back to
what was. Some people are not going back to work. They choose to work
not some,
all
not
the
some,
way.
not some. A lot of people are not going back to work.
Yeah. And there is a it's become it's triggering mental illness to the point where you don't to the part where you don't want to leave your house. It's sad to see how COVID has transformed people in general. You stayed in a box for how many years now? How many months? And so now you can't touch this, you can't touch that, you can't, so there is I'm trying to see, is there increase in people who develop some form of mental illness after that?
It could be. I mean, you can compare it to those who have been incarcerated for a number of decades and just coming back into society and the fear and apprehension that they have, and their freedom was taken from them. And this is, by other things. But here, our freedom to move was taken away from us because of a virus that had fatal consequences. So there is a fear, but you know what? As long as you can fear, there's so many things to be fearful of, but we got to understand that's why you take life one day at a time. Because if you are steady looking forward, it's depressing enough. So, there is some credibility, some credence to the FOGO, fear of going out. But I ain't.
Listen, I'm happy that things are starting to come back to normal. The restaurants being fully open, the gym being fully open. Some of the kids, I would say, children going, taking off their masks this week.
Oh man, it was beautiful.
A lot of parents are still afraid, but it is nice to see children's face. You're like, oh my God, you look like this without the mask. This is great. Oh my goodness.
Well, you keep his mask on, but
So yeah, it is nice to start seeing that, getting back to what was once normal. I'm excited about that.
I'm excited about just life in and of itself.
Absolutely.
And I'm also excited about who's going to become the next president of the United States of America.
I think he's going to win. I think he will win again.
Who's that?
Biden. Yeah.
Hey, I don't know.
I think.
Why?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think. I think he will win.
You know what the problem is?
Something is wrong
Is-
with the extension cord, Andre.
Every day we see the gas prices, food prices go up. You
But that's
see
not.
the-
But that's not just him,
it's
though.
not him, but you know what?
It's
They're
not.
gonna
No,
blame-
not
it-
just him. He is part of the problem.
But they're going to blame whoever's in power. They're going to blame
Absolutely, absolutely.
whoever's in power, whether they have credibility or not. They're going to say throw the whole bums out.
Yeah. But that's not going to happen. Republican. See, the problem is, like you're saying, is the damn Democrats, and which, you hear the Democrats speaking, ladies and gentlemen. Though that's the Democrat you hear talking about throwing the Democrat out, and that's the problem with the Democrats in South Dakota, North Dakota. The Republicans are saying throw the Democrats out. In New York, you hear the Democrat to my left is saying throw the Democrat out. How did the Democrat win? And by the way, when Bush did the stupidness with Afghan war and the gas price was going up, many people forget that because they have short-term memory. Like people, you know who said that?
I have no car at that time.
It didn't bother you then, right? That's about the time when bus fares started going up. People didn't know that. They didn't know that MTA, the bus fare and MTA, you might think you might not have no car. You're not affected by gas. But look, lo and behold, your MetroCard price is going to go up in a little bit. So you think that the gas price is not going to affect you. Those of you who watch the show who are in Jamaica and like to travel to Jamaica, Guyana, and any other Haiti, any other Caribbean country, you're going to watch your plane ticket prices.
Let me tell you, oh my God, I was looking for it
yesterday and today. They went up.
God, yes, $1,000 to go to Florida, please.
Yeah, that's you. So you people keep thinking about, oh, I don't drive a car, it don't matter to me, right? You stay there. That's a problem, and I bring it up all the time.
If you need, I'll let you hold my jet. It's no problem.
Right? That's it's funny because I was having this conversation with somebody earlier today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because a person doesn't see the dollar in their hand, they don't understand that. Okay, John, if think about this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm traveling to Brooklyn. John has a spare room. I'm staying with John. The hotel cost has gone up.
Right.
So I'm paying $500 or $600 for a week. And I'm staying at John.
Not a night, not a week.
There you go. And I say to John, you can get something a little cheaper depending on where you want to stay. But some of us have our chest high, but our pocket weak, right? That happens. That's when you go back to the credit card.
Champagne toast and beer money.
Yeah, thank you. I call it wine money and whiskey taste and wine money. That you were talking about your credit card when people start spending. No, so what I'm saying is people fail to realize, right, that if I stay in your house, in your room, and I say to you, John, I'm going to a hotel. Can you pay for a night at the hotel? I said, you said, no, Roderick, I can't pay for that night at the hotel, but you could stay at my house for a couple of days. Mm-hmm. People are like, no, just give me the money for the room. They don't look at the fact that if I'm spending the night at your house, I'm actually saving the money because people don't, because they don't have the cash in their hand.
Right.
So sometimes when people are saying, I don't have a car, so gas prices don't affect me,
mm-hmm.
They don't look at the long-term effect of the cost. Why? The person that delivers the food, the bus company, the price has gone up. Guess when you go to the supermarket? Price has gone up.
Absolutely.
MTA will say it costs more money to operate the buses. Price has gone up. I need to take an Uber, right?
Price has gone
up. Right?
They say they're not paying for their gas. They need to add more to.
Thank you. Right? Here's the funny thing, and I wanna see if we could do that. I'm gonna ask about it at the community board. The ticket prices are going to go up when you walk on the street. Why? Because they now have to put the cars out there, and they still have to pay for gas. So who do you think pays for every increase? You think you? Because the big CEOs' monies, they're not going down, right? Their salaries are still going up.
Salaries are still.
Now, I have a question for you. You think we're gonna end up going to war?
No.
Do you think overall we're going to go to war? A good question. What do you think?
I think so. I think.
What makes you think so?
Because providing Ukraine with the plane Russia automatically think
We're
that
not providing them with planes.
Yeah, we're not gonna
I think we've agreed to provide some funds or something like that.
yeah.
Poland, they wanted Poland wanted to provide them. No, and that's why they haven't declared a
A war, they call it invasion.
no fly zone over Ukraine.
but also North Korea is also getting involved
I know you're trying to
with
say
this
anything
too.
either.
Oh, by the way, speaking of that, people don't look at. So I hear people like again last week I spoke about these messages going out.
No message.
Right, I hear these messages that are going out about USA this, and you got to look at who. I guess it's about your
messages.
yeah. No. I'm just talking about people going about look at the United States versus China versus this, and you also I sometimes I really people have to begin to really process what they're saying. You're talking about communist China. Now, if you believe in communism, right, then, I kind of really wish, John, that people would live in the places that the United States allows them to talk about. Listen for what I'm saying. So if you believe in communism, and you think that is great to live in Russia and China in a dictatorship country, go live there. Know what it's like to be in that country. Know what they're doing. Live it before you talk about it from living in the United States.
Okay, fair enough.
Like complaining, you're talking about
Right.
people complaining.
Right. So do you want to live in communist China? What did they do during the virus? If you don't want to come off the street, they're going to bust you behind. You're talking about you don't want to take the vaccine? Or you don't want to do this, go do that in China. And then you see the end results, right? I'm not saying to you, at least America give you the right to argue that you don't want to take the vaccine. And you get the option of saying, I will find a new job than be mandated to take the vaccine. Right? So you have the right to argue your point. So go ahead and go to China. And tell them. So go ahead and go to go to Iraq, go to Iran, and go there and say that the president, go to North Korea and go and say that the president is a bum. Go do it.
President bum.
Right? Go on national television, because this show goes around to a number of people, and go say that President Biden is a loser. Just go ahead and do it. Go in that country and do it. So when you're in the United States making that argument, know that you have the freedom to make that argument. Right? I don't know.
Like Russia, the people protesting can't protest. They end up going to jail.
Yep,
Now,
and they get killed.
Here's the other thing. The young lady from the WNBA who's stuck there now.
Brittany Griner. I think this is my thought, John. And so far I've been right about a few things. It's rare that I'm right.
Oh,
right. It's rare that I'm right. Right. I think that Russia purposefully got her because they want to bring the United States into war.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
That's what I think.
But no,
I think so.
It doesn't. No, but she is a recognized figure. Remember, no, it has hit national.
No. Irrespective of that, United States will not play. They will not They will sacrifice whether she is a person on the block, an international star. U.S. will not get involved.
I don't know about that. Remember.
They're having talks and everything.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, please note that what's his name? President Carter lost the election in 1980 to Ronald Reagan because of the hostages in
Iran hostages.
All right, the Iran hostages. He lost the presidency because a Republican will swing the conversation to let people know that President Biden did not protect an American. President Biden, I'm talking about right now. If something were to happen to Brittany Griner,
but there's another hostage over there too. There's two,
and the Democrats are going to throw him under the bus.
Yep.
There's two hostages.
Damn if he do, damn if he don't. There was another hostage you were saying, Joe.
Yeah.
What was the other hostage you were talking about?
It's a young guy. He's a military one.
Oh yeah, they said, but he's been held in for a while.
Mm,
Yeah, and you know what they're throwing at Brittany Griner? The
what?
fact that she's a lesbian. That's thrown in there too.
No, that has nothing to do with
No,
it.
no,
That,
no, 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 no. What I'm saying is Russia is not like the United States. We're free nilly with a lot of laws, which people hate about the United States, right? But you have a certain amount of laws,
mhm.
right? Russia is the laws are very beyond conservative, especially when it comes to homosexuality. They have no rights, no freedom.
That's this topic we shall not touch at the video.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying whether or not you agree or not disagree. I'm saying there. So you can. Most people, unless they're real hater, they're not gonna arrest you because you're gay. You get what I'm saying? In Russia, they will.
Remember,
And they throw the book at you.
she's black too. You know.
And she's black. She's actually biracial. She's seen as black, like Barack Obama. Yeah.
So here's the thing. So
And she's married. She's married. Not only she's gay, but she's also married to a woman.
and she just
She
had a
is married.
child.
She had a
She just had a child.
huh?
They
No,
just had a child.
well, according to the news that she's married.
Yes, she is.
Right? She's married. That's oh, they've never said she was divorced. Not in the last week. And her wife was the one on television talking about that.
So we shall see. We shall see. We're praying. We're praying for
Yes,
you
we
know,
are.
A safe passage back home.
yeah, but not only that, for the people going through war.
Oh, I wanted to say something.
War is not an easy thing at all, especially the woman's maternity ward, the babies who got murdered and
Did you see
killed.
that picture today of the little baby who had blood all coming?
No,
Baby?
I don't
What
want
the hell does a baby have to do with war?
and none
Oh,
of this.
man.
The older folks who are, it's tough. It's tough. So, I thank God that we're not at war because, like you said, the freedom that we have right now, just to walk around safely, to fellowship as we want, and to be able to live freely, that's something to celebrate. So, thanking God for that. You're muted, Mr. Daly.
Oh, sorry. There's something I wanted to talk about.
What you want to talk
I'm
about?
getting a lot of comments too about it, and it was also brought up on CNN about people, like how people are saying that people are transplanting events to show in Ukraine, and what they're saying about Ukraine is not real, right? I've spoken to a number of Ukrainian citizens, and they are fearful for the lives of their family. They have spoken to a few of their family members, and what you see on television, John, is real.
Yeah.
People are fleeing, people are scared, people are dying. So I want people out there with your your WhatsApp is your social media is your belief system. I want you to stop. There are real people who are really dying, and they're dying in their sleeps.
Yes, they are.
Right? They're dying as they walk. They're dying at work. They're dying at dining. You're sitting with your family. All of a sudden, some of your family members are no longer with you. That is real. Imagine you sit at a table with your daughter, your mother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your this, your that, your son. And then you're walking away, and the next moment you have to leave them. I had we were talking, and she was talking about how the 11-year-old had to leave her mother behind and flee to Romania at 11 years old. Imagine that was your 11-year-old child.
I couldn't even imagine.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
So
the separation
people,
of family is tough.
I didn't hear you.
I said the separation of family is very tough.
Absolutely.
Especially women with babies walking in the cold, the snow. It's freezing over there. So this situation is terrible. It is a major crisis. And then the bombing of innocent people, churches, hospitals, homes. It is something that we have to be prayerful for, and also whatever way we can help out to do so. So one thing I can say about the United States, they are very compassionate individuals. When they do see world crisis, people tend to get involved and try to support as much as possible.
Absolutely.
So that I embrace the U.S. for.
John, how's your daughter?
Well. Thank you for asking. And you know something? The rent is too damn.
That's not answering the question, man. How's your daughter? Give us 1 sentence about your daughter.
Doing fine, but the rent is too damn high.
Yeah, who you telling?
Too damn high.
All right.
And you know what? People are moving back to the city. The real estate is going up
everywhere. And the jobs are not there.
And the jobs are there, but people choose not to go back to work. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what's going on. What's happening. So, and villagers, once again, just thank you. Thank you for being a part of this empowerment of enlightening people in our communities about issues that they need to know about. There's things that are constantly going on, and we just want to make sure our villagers are up to date on that information. So I want to commend Mr. Daly for bringing this forum to the community, and I appreciate you allowing myself to be a host, and also the host with the mostest, Dr. Bryant, for being here also.
John, I didn't want to hear that. When we I appreciate it. I don't mean it like that though. What I'm saying is I don't want to, but I'm saying what
Here we go again. You see,
no. I put my foot in my mouth, right? Put my foot in my mouth. Now what I'm saying is, what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying, that you gotta let somebody finish, right? Because if you don't let them finish, you only hear the bad part. When we're doing it and looking at the show, I looked and I said, okay, let me look at a few people. Who do I want? I said, let me call up John. So that's what I'm saying. When I say I don't want to hear that, you are one of those persons that's literally on my very short list of shortest list. So let me get you on the air. So that's why I say I want to hear that. You are equally as important as Dr. Bryant, myself, Andre, and Sophia.
So what's up? So I ain't hear from you today. So what's going on, Sophia?
I've been hanging out with you guys for a year, literally a year.
Yeah, literally a year. Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
But before I go, right, I don't want to forget. We only have a couple of minutes left. There are couple of things in there that I want to big up before anything. One, I want to talk about hey Etienne, haven't seen you in a while. How's everything going?
Hey, before what we should talk about? We got a couple of seconds.
I got two things. Let me just say hello.
They gave my man 150 days.
Who?
Smollett.
Oh, they gave him 100. That's nice. Better than the damn couple of years for the foolishness he did. They try to put people out there and use the race card for nothing. He's a liar. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't.
I didn't say that, but I just
150 days is not bad. You got what? What's it? 4.5 months.
4.5 months.
So before I go, right, one of our listeners asked me to big up, and I don't want to forget the New York Domino League. They started their match a couple weekends ago. And so one of our listeners brought it on. I also want to make sure to bring up Brian. We bring it on next week, hopefully, who's running for assembly in the 43rd Assembly District in Brooklyn. And everybody else. If you missed the show, go back and watch it, especially have a young daughter that you work with, live with, mentoring. Let them watch the show over at YouTube, which is and then just type in the Village Talk Show, and YouTube will pop right up. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for watching, listening,
God bless,
viewing, sharing the Village Talk Show right here on 92.1 GDFM, on Facebook at Roderick Daly, John Sampson, Joanne Bryant, Andre Willisey, and Andre Doman. We'll see you next week. I will be live from Serbia. All right, I'll be live from Serbia next week watching track and field. I told you I'm using my points. You got to use your points. You got to use your points. You got to make it. You got to make your credit card work for you. Guys, see you next week. All right. So I'll see you from Serbia next week. God bless.
Good night. Have a great week.
At any age, any point, starting from today,
Yeah.
success. Come one, come all to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show.